Hello guys, this is Doggo Card Reviews. This time we are going over Aobuta Volume 2 set review. This is also known as the Dreaming Girl set for the cinematic version of this franchise.
Oh
And
boy, I've been waiting.
yeah, Gavin here has been waiting for who knows how long now. He wasn't sure about it. Anyway, so we'll begin with our first color, yellow as always. So, number one, Mai Sakurajima, Time and Memory. She is a level 0, 0 cost, 2000 power with the Adolescence and Cuisine traits. Also, when this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, send the top two cards of your deck into your waiting room, and this card gets X power, where X is the number of level 1 or higher cards placed in the waiting room, multiplied by 1000.
hmm
And when the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, choose one of your other Adolescence characters, rested, and move it to an empty slot in your back row.
One of my favorite profiles. You know, when this was first spoiled in ReZero, I was, or in Sao, I was just like, wait a second, this doesn't seem all that great. But having actually played this profile, oh wow, I can actually say this is amazing. It promotes the tri-field aggression while preserving cards. So you could play clean cut, brainstorm, other dude, swing 3 times, kill whatever your opponent's first turn play, clean cut your brainstorm to the back, and you would not only gain 3 stock, but you also did a whole bunch of damage to them, and you didn't lose much in response. Sure, Mai's gonna die on the defense, but at the same time, she's also free mill, which is something that is becoming a commodity
Right.
nowadays.
And we rarely expect clean cuts to ever be good on the defensive anyway, so there's no surprise there. But as Garrett was saying, free mill, being an easy 4000 power on the offensive is relatively powerful, and in a title that's already known for having a very good level 0 game, this just adds icing onto the cake. So I'm giving it
Right.
the playable plus rating because I don't think there's not much else to say about this card.
I mean, I have to agree with you, mate. Playable plus it is.
Yeah, it's just that great of a profile. Alright, moving on to the second card.
Mai Sakurajima, respective choice. 1045, Adolescence in Cuisine. During your turn, this gains 1000, so she's a 5/5. Climax combo when this attacks. If you have the choice trigger in your climax area and you have 2 or more Adolescence characters, put up to the top 3 cards of your deck into the grave. Choose a level X or lower Adolescence character in your grave and return it to your hand. This gains +1 level until the end of turn, where X is the number of Adolescence characters milled via this effect.
So we've started to see this combo more and more recently as of the later half of 2019, I want to say. Like, we've seen this in the Sword Art Online 10th anniversary set, and I think the that one girl, Shizu, or I'm very bad with names from the slime anime, also
Is
has this
Shizu.
profile. Yeah, Shizu. Okay, so this profile has become very common, and I think it's very very nice that it's definitely a welcome change from the look at up to top four. Because Bushiro has started to realize that maybe giving players the choice of four is either like A, too restrictive, or milling too much. And I think this put up to three from the top of your deck and then get anything, like essentially turning everything into an on attack Operation Tornado, but not actually, but you don't have to do three direct, you do one, two, etc. So I really like that flexibility in these types of profiles. And being on the new choice trigger is also very, very handy.
Choice is now my favorite climax type. And having played this combo in SAO, I mean, the amount of times that particular combo has saved me from poor deck states is just insurmountable. Like,
Right,
holy
right.
crap.
Yeah, it's a like sure she's not particularly big on the offense and definitely not big on the defense, but this is definitely very much a serviceable climax combo, and I think there's a very good chance we'll just be seeing more of these types pop up unless Bushiro again goes, never mind, this type is OP.
I mean, being 6'5" in the offense isn't that small either.
Oh no, it's not.
Like, so, I mean, Kirito at 7K versus this being at level 2. I mean, this does.
Shisu's kind of like, isn't Shizu like 7,500 with her combo?
Shizu is 7K, but
7K,
she only
okay.
digs 2 cards, and she adds the total of the 2. She adds the combined level of the 2 cards.
Okay, so Shizu's like different type. Okay.
But she's more of the precursor to this type of combo.
Right.
But the fact also that when Shizu dies in battle, she also has the chance of exiling, which is crucial for slime.
Yeah, anyway, we get too far into slime. Anyway, playable plus for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would give Kirito the same rating, so.
Right, if we ever revealed that, right? Wink, wink. Okay, number 3. Nodoka Toyohama, Christmas present. Level 3, 2 cost, 10,000 power with the adolescence and fashionable traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, look at up to the top 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to one of those cards, add it to your hand, and send the rest to your waiting room. And Climax combo. When a card named Mini Life, also a choice trigger, is placed onto your Climax area, and if this card is on your front row, you may pay the cost of 1 stock and discard 1 card from your hand to your waiting room. If you do, choose one of your other characters and discard, and both of those characters get the following ability. This ability activates up to once per turn. When this card's damage is cancelled, send the top card of your deck into your waiting room and deal X damage to your opponent, where X is equal to the level of the card put into the waiting room plus 1. Damage cancel can occur, climaxes are level 0.
So, this combo is actually what I see a lot of Western players actually preferring. And the fact is that it's not a bad combo. This is the equivalent of the Musashi effect. This is 6 of them if you have 3 of Nodokas on the board.
Right.
At the same time, though, Musashis are only really good for pinching your opponent, not necessarily killing them.
Yeah, it's more for like what some people would call like a 2-turn kill strategy in most cases.
Right, and the fact is that, little known fact, but Osamatsu-san had something very similar to this. Granted, it's only 5 Musashis, but at the same time, it's a very similar concept. It's not bad. I've seen people theorizing that 2 of these guys plus the Koga restand that we'll see later in blue. But at the same time, being on a choice trigger, like a lot of people see this as the realistic, you can pull off 3 of these.
Yeah, like the fact that Yellow has access to such a flexible trigger now really buffed Yellow in a nutshell in more recent sets.
I mean, my last couple decks have been yellow, have involved heavy yellow counts. So.
And honestly, before choice trigger, Yellow was like, you only play Yellow because Yellow had a bunch of these very powerful cards. And now that you have a powerful trigger to back up powerful Yellow cards, really drives the point, especially for Western players who really like things that are just more accessible, more intuitive, not convoluted style of play, because, thinking that Western players really fear is getting BTFO'd by RNG, and they tend to like things that mitigate the effects of variance. So this kind of profile, not needing a very heavy cost and easily searchable, and this is a card that can grab her own combo on top of that, possibly, it definitely makes this card it's definitely very much a playable top end.
I would have to agree there.
Yeah.
It's probably not my preferred top end. I actually prefer the Shoko top end. Like, I think that's more explosive. And I would take that tournament over Nodoka, but I can't necessarily blame somebody for choosing Nodoka over Shoko because of the cheaper cost. So, you're probably going to be very surprised by this, but I'm actually going to have to give this the playable plus.
Just by what you're saying, like, I'm agreeing here because I think This is definitely not a combo to just ignore. This can end games at times, but just having extra instances of damage is far from being terrible.
Right, and the fact is that I flip flop between the two top ends all the time, like depending on how I feel the field will be, but at the same time, like Nodoka is still really respectable. Like
Right,
I can't
right.
blame them for picking it.
Yeah, you can't. Don't disrespect double Musashi on a single card.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
Kaede Azusagawa with my brother. 001500. Adolescence and animal trait. That's because she wears the panda pajamas. Discard. Auto. Pay 1, discard a climax card. When this enters the battlefield, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a climax card in your grave and return it to your hand. And she has a startup. Tap 2. Choose one of your adolescents and give them 2,000.
So this is the climax swap that Aobuta finally has access to, and especially people choose to play Mongo Yellow, this becomes even more important because the quote unquote downside of playing a choice is that you don't have easy access to a specific choice trigger. So in like an 8 choice deck, this is definitely nice as a 1 or even 2 of. And you can't go wrong if you really don't need to use Brainstorm that turn or something. Go ahead and pump one of your dudes up by 2,000 power.
I have to agree, actually. I'm actually playing this as a one-of in almost all of my builds because just having access, like, for example, I have the wrong climax in my hand. Oh, wait. No, I don't.
Yeah,
And
it's just very, very powerful.
and this actually acts as a stock outlet, too,
Yeah,
via the 1 cost.
right.
And the 2,000 power, well,
Yeah.
not to be underestimated, it's there if you really need it.
Yeah, yeah, can't go wrong. All right, I say this is very much a playable.
Yep, playable.
Okay, moving on. Mai Sakurajima, reunion after a long time. 1/1 4000 with the adolescence and cuisine traits. Auto. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may pay 1 stock. If you do, choose one of your characters with Sakuta in its card name and discard, stand, and swap their positions. And auto, when this card becomes reversed, if the level of the battle opponent of this card is higher than the level of your opponent, you may send that character to your opponent's stock. If you do, put the bottom card of your opponent's stock into their waiting room.
Anti-change stock bombs at... I've seen the anti-change bombs at 1, like, far more often nowadays, and I think that's Bushiroad's way of saying play more bombs, guys.
And it's also like them trying to address what some people might call oppression of standby.
I mean, yeah, that's also true as well. And also, this will always bomb its target as long as you have Sakuta on the board.
Right. So if for some reason you just choose to run over a winging and then your opponent moves their 2/2 like they used standby and brought out, and then move it to the front row, they had to again pick a very difficult decision.
Yep. Unless they put it in the back row.
Yeah, but at that point, why even?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen people stand by in level 2s to back row during level 1. I go, okay, sure.
It depends on the board state.
It really does depend on the board state and the matchups here. You're probably gonna disagree with this one, but I'm gonna give this the niche rating actually.
I could see why you would, but I think it's just I'm pretty sure there are people who are definitely going to consider like playing at least one copy of this, especially if you're in a meta of a lot of standby, which I think is becoming increasingly common these days. No matter if you're in a heavy JP environment or a heavy EN environment or a mixed environment, chances are you're seeing standby somewhere.
I'm seeing more and more standbys in my locals, but at the same time, like, I've never found anti-change bombs to be that good.
That's fair. I mean, like, I know damage economy is a problem, but some people just really want to have like these permanent answers in the form of non-reverse anti-change bombs.
I mean, bombs are the soul sleeper's preferred method of getting rid of early plays.
Right.
All right, next. Mai Sakurajima, Endless Summer Day, 2-1-4-5. Assist. All your level 3 or higher characters in front of this gain 2,000 power. Recollection. If you have 3 or more cards in exile, this gains the following 2 abilities at the beginning of your climax phase. Choose one of your guys and give them until the end of your opponent's next turn. 500 power. And startup, tap this, draw 1, ditch 1.
Alright, so this is a fairly standard, first of all, it's a fairly standard 2k level 3 or higher in front. And the recollection ability just adds some more value. The 500 power buff at level 2 onwards might not matter that much, but act restless to drawing this card, not a bad ability to. It's a very nice reward to get 3 or more cards into your memory.
The bottom sentence is mostly what I'm caring about. The assist level 3 or the assist to level 3s are pretty standard, honestly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the 500 power,
that's marginal, and at that point, it barely matters, if at all.
I'm like, well, it might help in very specific situations where your level 3 killer can't kill them, but.
But, the drawing ditch one to just, get that one extra card into your deck, that's not bad.
I mean, that's probably the reason why I'm going to give this a playable.
Yeah, I will agree. Very much a serviceable, playable card. Okay. Moving along.
Yep.
Mai Sakurajima, Relaxing Time, level 3, 2 cost, 9,500 power, Adolescence and Cuisine traits. Continuous, if there are 2 or fewer climax cards in your waiting room, this card gets level -1 in your hand. Continuous, Recollection, if there are 3 or more cards in your memory, this card gets 1,000 power. And also when this card is placed from your hand onto your stage, you may put the top card of your clock into the waiting room.
Alrighty, so you don't want to know how many times that I actually considered playing this card if I couldn't find the damn Shokos. You of all people should know how much I struggled to find that card.
Apparently. Well, in the domestic market, right?
In the domestic market, yes. Well, actually, no. Not even Singapore. Not even Singaporeans messaged me about that particular card.
Whoop. Then again, who knows if Singapore even has access to their post office these days?
Well, SG Post isn't exactly the best service. But anyways, before we diverge too much, honestly, I find this kind of the yellow version of the Shoko early play from set 1.
Right.
This is bulkier. This is bulkier, but weaker on offense.
Mm-hmm.
There are benefits and trade-offs to this particular card.
Right.
Without the recollection ability, I feel that she's far weaker and absolutely will need support. There is quite nice support within the set itself.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the 2 or less condition, not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The recollection, well, if you can get it in there, it's quite nice. And the heal, it's a token healer.
Yeah. Early play healers are nice.
So overall, the playable rating it is.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with this type of profile. No, not the best, but definitely not the worst.
This is definitely not the reason to play the set, though.
Yeah, but this card is there if you just need a usable healer. It's yellow. It's 10-5 is alright for a healer.
I've seen certain people still crutch on Kaede from set 1. I'm just like,
Hey, all the power to them.
Yeah, so you guys can have fun with that.
Alright, moving on.
Mai Sakurajima, a word of determination. 001K Adolescence Cuisine. If this is in your front row center slot, this gains +1 soul, and when this becomes reversed, if the battle opponent of this is level 0 or lower, you may put put their battle opponent into stock. If you do, put the bottom card of your opponent's stock into the grave.
Right, so it is more or less, this is a level 0 bomb, stock bomb, with the possibility to become a costless 2-soul beater. Okay, yeah, not much to really say about this card, it's removal with added soul if you really need it.
I think this card is more of a deterrent, actually. Like, it pretty much opens that center lane for you. Because, I mean, at level 0, who's going to want to slam into bombs? The majority of people are not playing things that gain a level at level 0 anymore. So
very few.
So the fact that Mai can pretty much punch for 3 at 0 is quite nice. And even at the end game, like where you're really struggling on resources,
yeah, you can't go
you can just slap her down and swing for 2.
Yeah, which
get in there.
Yeah, like to do that for no stock is not bad at all.
Playable.
Yeah, playable. I would agree. There's, like, not exactly like a first choice of a level 0, but you can definitely justify card stocks for this card. Right, moving on. Nodoka Toyohama, close sisters, 0/0, 1000 power with the adolescence and fashionable traits. Continuous, all of your other adolescence characters get 500 power. And also, when your character's trigger check reveals a climax, choose one of your characters and that character gets 2000 power until the end of the turn.
The first sentence is completely whatever. I mean, Global 5, yeah, even at, like, in very few cases, I would be very thankful for the 500 power. And the trigger check, I really don't want to trigger climaxes. So...
Right, like, it's kind of like, okay, it happens, like, that's why most people play a trigger that actually does something than just plus 2 soul.
Stock souls, plus 2 souls, anybody?
Right, or, 2k1 to 2.
Oh, God, no, not split 2k1s. No! I mean... But, even bounce triggers like have some utility.
Right, especially in a standby format.
Oh yeah. Oh, you just summoned a 2/2 for 0, bounced.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually sad to see that Busho is still making these on trigger check plus power cards.
I mean, if it was like draw a card, discard a card,
that can't be very good, but
let's stop living in magical Christmas land. Ah, my God. You know what? I'm gonna go with the niche Nodoka waifu only, man. Even then, I'm grasping for straws.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a safe bet here as well.
I wanted to oof this, but I think that's being a little too hard.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't call this a very bad card.
Oh boy. Okay, let's go next. Okay, I believe it's my turn again.
Yeah, you're doing even.
Okay, Mai Sakurajima, close sister, 002K, adolescence cuisine. Let's see here. When this becomes reversed in battle, you may pay the cost of pay 1, discard a card, exile this. If so, choose an adolescence character from your grave and return it to your hand.
So this is one of the ways that, in this set, are supposed to help you meet the recollection conditions of all of these Mai cards we're seeing. So, and what's really nice about this profile is you can field her early on your first turn, and if your opponent runs her over, you'll still get the benefit. So, all these on reverse ones, not the best, but they do allow you to be a bit more aggro with them when you don't have the stock on play.
Right, and I definitely have to agree there. Like, these still have their uses, though they do come with the drawback of be able to be outed by bombs. But according to some people, bombs don't really exist, so
right.
they would be more inclined to play these cards. However, in my local meta, bombs are not uncommon, but they're not exactly common either. They're something you definitely have to watch out for.
Right.
But even then, like you just said, it allows you to be more aggressive early on, and gives you that one stock that you need to in order to play the card. And this can really help if you're flooded. So, I'm gonna have to get this the playable rating actually.
Yeah. This is, just being able to get some zeros out of the deck permanently is also very nice. with this easy hangout early on. Assuming your opponent's not like playing on Gorillion bombs.
The Soul Sleeper.
Okay, moving along. Mai Sakurajima, Compromise. This is a 0/0, 3000 power, with the Aguilas and Cuisine traits. Continuous, the character opposite this card cannot move to another slot, and continuous, this card cannot side attack.
Hello, anti-runners. How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
Remember Yohanan?
I remember Yohane. I liked playing that card.
I mean, 0035 anti-runners. We thought that was bonkers a couple years ago, and now we're just like, the first cards that we cut are these kinds of profiles. Like, oh boy, I think it's more of the prevalence of Jumper Joes recently.
Yeah, or clear cuts.
So it's more of those two profiles have been popping up more and more, and they've just been proving better at being aggressive than than clean cuts here, or than anti-runners here. But anti-runners are still, decent cards. Like, this is an excellent budget level 0, especially if you can't afford, clean cut.
Right.
So, and her being 3K allows her to kill most things, actually.
Yeah, so like a failed jumper or utility level 0.
I mean, my benchmark tends to be Goblin Slayer level 0, the Chaser.
Right.
He has the stats of vanilla, so...
And he's level 1.
Oh, and he's level 1, so he's incredibly difficult to kill. So, the fact that Mai can double knock with him is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not personally playing this, I still have to give credit where credit is due and give this the playable rating. I can't blame anybody for playing this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like there are still people that are willing to play runners and other profiles like that. And another thing is this. People can sometimes just like misplay into these types of cards and like put a card on the wrong slot. So if they're trying to move something, they're like, oh no, you can't. You're already dedicating the card there.
I mean, Nodoka. This kills the Nodoka runner from set 1. A card that I see a lot of people still playing. I don't know why, but
or just runners period.
Right.
So this can definitely do things. All right, let's move on.
Mm-hmm. Sakuta Azusagawa, Accident Avoidance. Level 1, 3/5. He's just adolescence, guys. Pay 2 bounces back to hand. When this card is front attacked, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a Mai Sakurajima reunion after a long time, or Sakuta Azusagawa Accident Avoidance from your hand and place it into the slot this was in as the defending character. Pay 2. When this dies, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose a character with Shoko in your grave and return it to your hand.
Ooh, this is a lot to take in. So basically, he is able to, if he's frontal attack, you swap him out for either, we already saw the anti-change Mai from earlier, and we will be seeing a level 2 Sakuta, the second card that he could change into. Those are not paying to bounce. We've been seeing this kind of profile a lot. This is definitely better than the Nodoka style, than the Nodoka one from set 1, which doesn't really change into anything good.
2-1-10K.
Yeah, 2-1-10K, and it dies after that turn. Basically,
True. She
It's
she turns into a level 0, so
it's temporary, and having on death get a Shoko, no, not too shabby.
at the same time, like, I think these kinds of profiles, like, really just kind of just these are really good. The worse your opponent is. So basically,
Yeah, it rewards people who just believe in fronting like all the time.
I mean, like, these are good traps, but at the same time, I don't think the trap is the better a player is, the worse this card gets.
Right. And for that reason and others, I think oops, this is definitely a niche card to me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like, okay, sure, in like Sakuta OTP, Sakuta X insert girl here OTP deck.
Well, with Mai.
I mean, you sure you don't want to ship Sakuta and Shoko?
I mean, that's what the movie kind of did. So, I mean, a lot of people do prefer Mai over Shoko. I mean, I honestly place them as 1 and 2 respectively, so they're both pretty good.
Alright, anyway, moving along. Sakuta Azusagawa Divergence Point. Level 2, 1 cost 9,000 power with the Adolescent trait. Continue with all of your opponent's characters' gag encore. Send the top card of your deck to your clock. Continuous. If there is a marker under this card gets. This is. Hold on, I messed up on a name here. This is just might have messed up on a name here.
I think you might be. I think it's put the 1-0 underneath it as marker.
Yeah, I don't. Sorry, I make these spots at like who knows what time it is. Oh yeah, this is accidental avoidance, and the other card should have been Divergence Point.
Ah, okay.
My mistake.
That's fine. That's fine.
That makes sense though. The Divergence Point of who he wants to go with, right?
Right.
Alright, when this card is placed from your hand onto your stage, choose up to 1 card named Sakuta Azusagawa Divergence Point in your hand, reveal it, and play face up underneath this card as a marker.
Oh boy. The fact that he becomes an 11-5 is nice, but at the same time, you just paid 2 for him, and you paid 2 for a 1 soul beater. Not to mention, you gave your opponent's board Clock Encore.
Now,
I mean,
Clock Encore, while not the best thing I have too much these days, it's the fact that you better be trying to get as much value as you can out of an 11-5 beater for what you pay to get him out early.
I mean, Clock Encore can be incredibly deadly. I mean, Fate. Look at Fate.
Look at Fate, right? We did have Fate. Well, Fate abusive because of the fact that they play cost 0 clock bombs, which set FU to a lot of on-reverse combos or just people that wanting to win board with costless characters.
Well, at the same time, this card, if you actually wanted to if you wanted to play the 2 cards together, I think that's a lot of deck slots, and I don't think the payoff's really worth it. So,
yeah,
if you're really pinching your pennies, you might find a use for this card, or if you're playing a limited format, but otherwise niche at best.
Yeah, it's serviceable, but there are other cards you can be looking at for the same price point. Oh well.
Definitely not for the competitive deck.
Some people will just try plays because memes, lore, etc.
It's a tarp!
It's a tarp.
Mai Sakurajima, going home after school together. 1-0, 4K, Adolescence and Cuisine. During your turn, she gains 1,000. Recollection. When this is placed from hand to stage, if you have 2 or more cards in your memory, choose one of your guys and give them 2K.
So she's basically a recollection on play Shimakaze Kai.
We already have one of those at home.
we already have Shimakaze Kai at home. That's very correct. Um, but 5K or possibly make herself 7K. Not too shabby, but dedicated slots for this. I don't know about that one, Chief.
I mean, we already first. I mean, first off, I can't think of any combo that people would play nowadays that would require the power in this set. Like, if you're still stuck on the standby combo, very maybe. But even then, set one already has Shimakaze Kai that fixes the problem.
Right.
There's no real use for this card. Like,
Yeah.
even in my waifu, I can't really see it because they have the choice combo now.
Yeah. It's hard to say.
Man, it's tough to say. Like,
I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna say niche. Some people might just want to like build a run over thick bodies with your level 3 or something.
I guess so. You know what? I'm gonna play it safe, niche as well.
Like, some people could justify this as in like, especially with more the context of my wife than anything else. Just
Okay,
get run over something with the extra 2K, with the easy recollections you're getting.
I guess so.
Like that's really like the best thing here. All right, moving along. Kaede Azusagawa, Real Pleasure of Winter. Level 1, 0 cost 5K with the Adolescence and Animal traits. When this card is placed from your hand onto the stage, this card gets X power for the turn, where X is 500 times the number of your Adolescence characters.
Hi guys, my name is Deadly Assassin.
Yeah, it's very sad how this card used to be, like, R rarity in previous sets, and now it's been downgraded to common.
You what, mate? This used to be a rare?
Love Live School Idol Festival Volume 2.
Who was on it?
Rin.
Wow. Hoshizora nya, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't fucking believe it.
Now, to be fair, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as the on-play Mewtwo. The on-play the 4K on-play Mewtwo against the Climax Restless card used to be a double R.
What?
Love.
The fact that Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say, was it? No. Was it Love Live Volume 2? Was that an R? Or I remember in some say it was a double R. I forget. I forget which say it was.
The fact that if you have bad luck, that card can enter play tapped.
Yeah, but anyway, enough about rarity downgrade. On play being up to 7,500 power. Yes.
I only have one comment for this card.
Oh, you're just going all in.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't. You know what? Make it a double.
You just think these cards have zero value now.
Pretty much. I mean.
Okay, that's fair.
Nodoka Toyohama, advice from my sister. 1-1-1K. Adolescence and fashionable. Let's see here. When you use the backup of this card, if you have an entire board of Adolescence, you may put the top card of your deck into stock. And she's also a cost 1 2K backup.
Yeah, the fact that Aobuta already has a costless 2K backup in set 1, at first glance you'll just be like, why? But on the second glance you go, wait, choice triggers a thing now.
I mean, I was about to say, hey, let's pay out that climax that you triggered last turn.
Yeah, or more of saying choice trigger lets this card be toolboxable from your waiting room.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, this also has a soul, because it costs.
Yeah. So that'd be like the main reason to run this over a costless 2K?
But at the same time, like, that's a relatively niche case. So...
That is. That's that's the design philosophy that Bushido clearly went with here.
I mean, That seems like a grasping for straws thing, so I'm gonna have to give it the niche on this one.
You saw that. Yeah, same. Probably won't really be seeing much play outside of like Nodoka waifu. If that.
There's that.
Yeah. Alright. Mai Sakurajima, preparing dinner. Level 2, 1 cost, 7,000 power with the adolescence and cuisine traits. Also, when this card attacks, if the level of the character opposite this is level 3 or higher, this card gets 6,000 power until end of turn. And also, climax combo. When the battle opponent of this card becomes reversed, if a card named Disturbing Air, which is a bounce trigger, is in your climax area, choose one of your opponent's characters, return it to their hand, and choose one adolescence character in your waiting room and send it to your stock.
So I heard you like level 3 killers. But not only that, the combo is kind of neat, actually. First off, it allows Mai to go stock positive that turn.
Right,
And
it's pretty good.
I mean, you can kill one of their guys and bounce another. I mean, a lot of people will scoff at that, but honestly, like back a couple years ago, when I was first getting the Soul Sleeper into competitive, he actually played this combo at 1, and that's when standbys were really starting to get popular. So that was one of the ways that he dealt with standby decks. Like, he could kill the 1/1, bounce the 2/2. And you know, it's a janky way, I'll admit that, but it's something that you definitely do have to play around. Like, you have to play around that bounce. Sure, he doesn't have anything else, but at the same time, and of course, he just punches you with, 2-3 soul guys at every stage of the game. So, this kind of gives me that kind of flashback about it. And though I would say this is a playable card just from the first sentence alone, even if you ignore the combo entirely. But if you're struggling on what to run combo wise in this deck, maybe consider this if you're willing to be more adventurous.
Right. I would disagree. I'm gonna say it's more of a niche card to me, overall. I'm not a huge fan of plus power on a level 2 1 cost to try to run over a level 3 or higher. I'd rather just go ahead and play. I'd rather just trade on the lane with an anti-change bomb, or just say F and play an anti-change counter and be a deterrent.
Okay, I mean, that's fair enough. It's really the whole philosophy of how do you want to deal with early plays.
Right, and you and I clearly differ on how we would want to do it in general.
Alright, next. Kaede Azusagawa, Call from Father. 2/1/7/5. Adolescence and Animal. When your other adolescence character attacks, this gains X power for the turn, where X is the number of X is 500 times your other guys, and she has Hand Encore.
So, if she attacks less, she becomes a 11/5. I mean, it's okay. Not the best.
Honestly, I think I'd rather play the 2/2 Kaede from set 1 over this card.
Right.
That has 2 soul at least.
Right. Where do I go with this?
This is
Is it just bad?
Like, even in Kaede Waifu, I can't really see it. Like,
okay.
Maybe in some limited format, but yeah, man, give this an O from me as well.
Yeah, it's very hard to justify this profile in this day and age. Okay, moving on. Many Memories, a level 1 cost event. Send this card in memory. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is either an adolescence character or an event, put it into your hand. Otherwise, leave that card in its original position. And continuous recollection. If this card is in your memory, all of your adolescence characters get 500 power.
So, You know, this is actually not too bad. Like, first off, it gets rid of this event permanently, and the fact that it checks for event 2, which means you can play a somewhat event heavy deck and not feel bad about it.
Right, so for example, you're still hinging on Bunny Girl from set 1, where you are playing the 3-1 event. This would not be a bad choice at all.
Yeah, this can grab it, and the fact, I mean, the global 5 on your turn, that's kind of whatever. I mean,
but you just care about getting the easy recollection going for your other cards, and possibly checking into your Bunny Girl summon event.
I wish this was like Flower Stand,
Oh,
but
come
at the same
on.
time, I wish, but you know, like it could refund itself. Basically, I wish there was a refund option instead of the 500 power, because I don't think anyone really cares about that. So,
Yeah, but I think overall, I'm going to say this is a niche card.
yep, same. Very specific deck required to play this card.
Right, the My Recollection deck. Alright, and last but not least for yellow.
Searching for help. 3-1. Search your deck for up to 1 adolescence. Reveal, add to hand, shuffle. Bounce one of your opponent's guys.
For 1 cost at level 3, this does a lot.
I
This
mean, you
does
get
a
a
lot.
tutor and a bounce?
Like-
Holy!
That's value on an event.
Like,
If you got bringing out the Mai from set 1 was value for 1 cost? No, this is value.
I mean, that event only gets specifically mine. This is a personal tutor for anything. This acts as an extra copy, and you can get rid of troublesome cards all for 1 cost. Sign me up, boys.
Yeah, it's like one of the best events I've seen in like a long time. You know what? I'm gonna go Boston. Well, this is a playable plus for me.
Mate. If you didn't go playable plus, yeah, I would have been like, you what, mate?
So you playable plus for you as well, right?
Of course.
Like, this is one of the best events we've seen in like a long time. Alright, so guys, that will end it for our yellow review of Aobuta Set 2. And tune in next time for next part where we go over green.
Yay, green.
Alright, that'll be all. Goodbye, everyone.